Hello, and welcome to another Monday astrological forecast. If you're new here, my name is Natha Campanella. I'm a professional astrologer, and I like to translate the activity in the sky into very human terms so that you can use them to better navigate your week in a more emotionally supportive way. So we're talking about the week of March 30th through April 5th. It's a busy week in the sky, and we still have Jupiter in conjunction to Pluto. So remember that Pluto is the planet that asks us to go underneath the surface, to dive into our unconscious and identify the things that we have been hiding from ourselves, that we haven't wanted to feel, that we just maybe don't even know are there. And Jupiter is the planet of expansion. So everything that Jupiter touches, it makes bigger, it makes brighter. Now, we're all a few weeks into quarantine right now, if not more, and some of those shadowy things are starting to rise to the surface. Our reactivity, our fears, our frustrations, our addictions, these are all Pluto things, and they're starting to feel even bigger than they have. So, yes, what do we do with it? Well, Jupiter brings us luck. Jupiter brings us opportunity. So the opportunity here is to really identify what's coming up to the surface. Really be with it in as much as you can. And sometimes that means just naming it. Like, oh, I feel so scared right now. Or, oh, I feel so frustrated right now, because it sounds so simple. But usually with our Plutonian dynamics, we're shoving them under, we're avoiding, we're repressing, we don't want to deal. And therefore, we don't even name it. We don't even really know what's going on. So this week, we really want to pay attention to what's happening in our systems. If you are experiencing separation, if you are feeling isolated, having anxiety that's showing up in strange ways, the guidance here is to reach out. We have Mercury retrograde transit finally coming to an end, and I've talked about this before. Mercury is out of retrograde, but it needs to get to the degree that it was in when the Mercury retrograde started, and it's doing that this week. So that is going to allow us to communicate a little bit more freely. Some of the things that we learned about our communication style during Mercury retrograde, we're going to be able to actually put it into action. So Mercury is also coming into conjunction with Neptune this week, which can make our communication still somewhat fuzzy, somewhat confusing, but the gift here is that it can activate our creativity. So again, if you are somebody that needs extra help and support, reach out. If you're somebody that is naturally extroverted and you know that there are people in your life that just won't reach out, check in with them. This is a really important time that we use what we have to come together in some way to form support, because we can't be physically supportive to each other, but we can certainly be emotionally supportive, and supportive just in a very communicative way. Okay? So we also have Venus in a trine to Saturn and Mars, which is nice because Venus is how we attract things to us. And so again, if you are struggling, if you are missing something in your life right now and you need to feel empowered, this is a good week to use that Venus to attract what you need to you, whether that means reaching out to find out the policies on the food banks or filling out unemployment paperwork. Whatever it is that can make you feel more empowered and make you feel like, okay, I'm doing what I can to attract what I need, do it. So finally, we have Mars coming into conjunction with Saturn. This is a big deal. Saturn is the planet of limitation, and when Mars comes into conjunction with Saturn, we feel it a few weeks before and a few weeks after, and we have seen this for ourselves. Many states are getting, our sphere of where we can go is getting smaller and smaller, and we'll probably still feel this for a few weeks out. We already know this. We already know that many of us are in lockdown until, at least April, late April. So what we can do is we can really use this time once again to figure out how can I support myself? What are my emotions that are coming up? And What can I do to be supportive instead of slipping instantly into fear, instantly into dysfunction? Yeah, the dysfunction is still going to be there. But this is a major turning point for all of us if we're willing to accept it for what it is, of really looking, sifting through our lives and looking at what is not working. What are the emotions that have been really getting in our way, and what are we willing to leave behind in order to move into what is really going to be an entirely new system and a new world. So I'm teaching another free workshop. I'm really excited with my colleague and friend Janet Raftis. We're going to be talking about some of this, how to shift into a place that is uncertain and how to walk there with eyes wide open and with a sense of power. So I invite you to join us. You can register in my bio. And of course, if you want to work with me privately, you can find me at nathacampanella.com. And please share this video or tag friends that you think need it.